It's your boy, Teleport to Narrow Man, and right here I got you an in-depth video on basically my play style, how to use it to your advantage, and why my controller settings are a lot more superior to most pro players. And I think the reason that the players that are like really good pros play on like such like simple settings is kind of because they're it's a lot of them are like season 1 probably Fortnite players, whereas I have just started playing Fortnite season 8, but I'm actually pretty good in 1v1 or whatever. So we're just gonna go over some of my settings and why you should be using them. So let me just start out by starting the match. Now there's so much potential in your controller settings, so if you really use it correctly, or if you could really use it to your advantage, there's some pretty sick things you could do with your controller. And if you ask me, I recommend making your own custom controller settings or using mine and staying away from common settings that like a lot of players use, like especially slow sensitivities, which I'm not really sure how somebody like the kid Ghost Aiden can like compete at a high level with slow sensitivity, but I think it's because the building sensitivity is so fast that what they're doing is their gun sensitivity is like super slow, but when they need to, they're so used to building good players that they'll build to create themselves safe, and they can, like, if they know they're gonna get attacked or they're getting flanked, they'll build and they'll use their fast sensitivity for building to like aim at their opponent and then try to finish you off with slow sensitivity, which I don't think is really good for trying to actually beat somebody, especially in like a creative match or something where you just need to be really quick. And like I feel like a lot of the times you need really fast sensitivity, and I have mine just about as fast as you can go. Okay, so first things first is I aim with my left analog stick. So let's start out with getting a shotgun. So it's really good because I can catch pretty much anybody. If I can't catch somebody with the sensitivity that I'm on, it's pretty much my fault unless I'm like in a fight and somebody shoots me from behind. I should be just about fast enough to catch anything. If you're flying, I should be fast enough to hit you no matter, you know. I aim with my left analog stick, which the reason why I do it is because I used to play a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2, and in that game you could play as, in the first one, you could play as Boba Fett, and he would aim with his left analog stick, and it was actually pretty insane. Like the aim like he had compared to other heroes in that game was just insane. Like he could just hit you from far as hell away. Like he could be far as hell away, but like his click, his toggle aim was just insane. You would just click it once and like you're ready to shoot whatever. You don't gotta hold it in or nothing, you know. So I think that using your left analog stick for aiming is a must because it feels really well and works really good, especially with a shotgun. I use toggle aim, and I see a lot of pro players don't use that. which basically means I don't have to hold the button in. So if you aim with L2, every time you go to aim in, you're gonna have to hold L2 in, you know, and that could slow your gameplay up. Whereas me, I just click it. So if I know I'm gonna get into a close quarters fight, I can just click my left analog stick and I'm ready to aim and shoot for my headshots, whatever. Yeah, so and all my sensitivity is about as the fastest you can make it. I'm pretty sure I play at the fastest sensitivity you can play on, and that's because I want to be able to hit my shots as quick as possible. So if you're like, let's say you're a pro player that's playing on a low sensitivity, I feel like I don't know how they're playing so well, because I feel like in a game like Fortnite, like you need to be able to hit shots quick. So if you got an enemy up here, you need to be able to hit him quick, turn around, fight, you know what I mean? Build behind you, cover your back. Let's say you got two enemies rushing you, so you got kill one, fend off the other one until you get the other one killed, and then take him on. So you might need really quick aim to accomplish all that. What else? My crouch is L2, which I think works pretty well. Using my crouch as L2 feels really well, and I can pretty much crouch at any time I need to. So instead of aiming with L2, I'm crouching with L2. So when I get into a shotgun fight, I can aim and crouch at the same time. So like if I'm let's say I'm running, right, this is something I actually use. This is actually a strategy I use that works sometimes. So usually when you get into a shotgun fight, let's say you get into a shotgun fight and you jump in someone's box, right? So you're in a shotgun fight right in this little box right here, and the other player's jumping around and he's expecting you to be jumping all crazy. So what's gonna happen is both players are close and they're both jumping non-stop to try not to get hit. So the other player is focused on trying to hit you while you're jumping, so they're probably going to be aiming a little bit higher than usual. So what I'll do is sometimes I'll go into a shotgun fight, jump one time, and I'll just crouch down with L2 and take aim. So I'll let them jump around, and like because they're not expecting me to just stand still and take aim. So what I'll do is like jump one time, dodge the first shot, and let them jump and wait for them to land, whatever, and then hit them and take aim by staying still. And L2 works really well with that. What else? To switch my builds is on the right analog stick. So if I need to pull out my builds, basically I can aim whenever I want. I can keep both my thumbs on my analog sticks, and I'm pretty much safe all the time, because if I need to aim, I can click the left analog stick. If I need to build, I click the right one. And I'm always running around and aiming all the time anyway, so it's good to have aim on the left analog stick, and my switching builds to my right one. And it's a lot easier than circle, because my thumb gets really freaking tired. Like I literally like die most of the time because my hands and my fingers are so tired from playing Fortnite so much. So using this to switch your builds is a lot easier. And I still have it to switch on circle, but I really don't even use it, because circle is so much slower than using your right analog stick. So I can if I got let's say somebody shooting at me and they missed, I can pull out my builds real quick, and I got quick sensitivity, so if I'm getting flanked, I can cover myself real quick. And I'm not a great builder, but I'm really very good with my aim, and that's how I create my edge on good players. I feel like I'm the type of player who's going to counter a builder. So let's go look at my settings now and go over them. So I don't use a mouse, but I just turn all my sensitivity up. Wireless controller edit mode sensitivity. Yes, I want all my sensitivity as fast as possible. Invert view. You know, that'd be pretty cool to try, but toggle sprint. I'll put that on for right now. Actually, I'll just leave it off. Sprint by default. Hold the swap pickup. Toggle targeting. So like, I don't know why people sleep on this, but this is so important right here. So like, you'll see like a lot of pro players will have this off. You want it on because, you know, it's kind of hard to like take aim at somebody while you're holding in L2. Like, you know, you might need your finger to do something else instead of holding in and aiming. That's why I use toggle targeting, because I can just click it, and when I need to unclick it, I just click it again, and it's way faster than just like holding in L2. So these are some of my main things. The toggle targeting, aiming with the left analog stick, switching to build mode with the right analog stick. Another important thing would be your dead zone, your stick dead zone. Now normally I would play on 0.08 and probably about 0.5 on the right one, because that's going to be the very fastest way to aim. And I would play lower, but I literally have been playing with a broken controller for a good amount of time now, so I need to keep it a little high just to keep my aim steady, because my controller is broken. So like, my aim will just be moving all over the place if it was all the way low. But if I had a brand new controller that I was using right now, I would definitely be playing probably on 0.7 and 0.5. And then if you do that, your aim is going to be insanely fast. You could hit shots very, very quickly. But because I want a little bit of precision, I turned this up to, what, 7 I think it was, and this one on 10, just so I can keep my aim steady. But I want this pretty much as low as it can be, so that I have really quick aim, because this is going to affect your aim a great deal. The lower your dead zone basically is, means the faster you're going to be able to aim. And there's definitely some improvement I could use here with my keybinds. There's definitely a few more things I want to touch up on this, but I've gotten pretty comfortable to this. Now, I used to edit with circle, and I really couldn't use edits much. So what I did was I wound up changing my edit to this button right here, the right analogs, the right D-pad, and it's very, very smooth, very easy to do. Basically, all you gotta do is just look at it, press the right D-pad, and then I confirm it with the left one, which is really, really quick. So if I needed to, let's say, edit a door or a window, I would just click the right D-pad, you know what I mean, edit it with my R2, and then confirm with the left D-pad. So it works really quick. It's like boom, dong dong, boom. It's like right D-pad, edit, left D-pad, and you're good to go. You don't have to do that circle bullshit, confirm, you know, because this shit makes my fingers tired, bro. That's why I use my own custom settings, because the normal settings make my freaking thumb do all the work, it's got my right thumb doing all the work. And a good style to play is you want to have your left hand doing a lot of the work, because most of the time your thumb is going to be so tired. Not all players, but if you play a lot of Fortnite, your thumb is going to be pretty tired from aiming all the time. Like, my thumb hurts. Like, I literally am cracking it and cracking my hands all day long because my hands are tired from playing so much. So you want to make your left hand do a lot of the work, because your left hand is going to have a lot more energy than your right, in my opinion. So making your left hand do a lot of the work is always a good thing. I don't really use this one, but change material trap. Yeah. I have my settings on Builder Pro. So what I would do is, if I wanted to start my settings from scratch, I would just go to Builder Pro, and then I would just edit a few things. Like, I would change my crouch to crouch repair, sprint to L1. I mean, I really should be using L1 for something other than my sprint, but I've gotten used to doing that, and I can't use it for my aim because I aim really well with L. So now, one thing I don't use, which is actually pretty crazy, is your previous weapon. So I actually have never really used this since I've been playing the game. I just use next weapon. So I do need to find somewhere to put this keybind at. I need to find a button to use for this, which I haven't really done yet. I don't ever really use map, ever. So I'm gonna do that now, just because I literally never use the map ever. So just making your edit button the right D-pad and making confirm the left D-pad will make your edits very, very solid. Just you need to make good use of your binds, you know. So you got all these buttons that aren't doing nothing. You should have every button doing something. So I just changed this previous weapon, so we'll see how that works. Never actually used previous weapon, but this is how it's gonna look. And my playstyle is really focused on speed, so I want to be very quick with killing people. You know, if I jump down on you, I'm gonna use my fast aim to lock on to you as quick as possible and try to kill you. But problem is, people are gonna build to save themselves a lot of the time, so you need to adjust and improve on that. Now, another thing you could do is you could change your jump to L2, and that'll be I mean, it feels solid to jump with X, but if you were to change your jump to L2, what'll happen is you can get flick shots a lot easier. So when you jump in the air, it'll be easier to aim and hit somebody. And I don't see why anybody would want to play on its low sensitivity, because I like being able to catch people very quickly. And I think that's what gives me a good edge, is that a lot of people don't use really fast sensitivity because they see the pros playing on slower ones, and that gives me a great edge against people, because my sensitivity is basically the fastest it can be, and I can get a kill pretty quick if you drop your guard, or if you ain't playing me the right way. In a shootout, I'm gonna win most matches if it just comes to shooting and aiming.